Well, hello everyone. I wanted to come in here today to talk about happiness as a choice. I don't know about you, a big part of my life, I thought of happiness as something I'm going to get, right? When I get the promotion, when I get more money, when I find love, when I lose weight, whatever it is, it's always a when I achieve something or accomplish something, then happiness will come. When I retire, I hear that a lot in corporate America in coaching many years. That was a big theme in a lot of my sessions when trying to uncover things that would, on a day to day basis, uh, make an individual feel good. Um, the brain is wired to sort of find things wrong, right? It's a fixer. So if you stay here too long, it's going to probably find all of those things that are wrong or the negative, right? As opposed to looking at thinking about happiness as the either the absence of or the shifting of the things in your life that are causing you to be unhappy, that are not resonating with you. So let's talk about an example. Um, Say a friend, all of a sudden, a friend, just you get drained every single time you talk to her because she's so negative, but you feel somehow obligated to continue to talk to her or maybe go out with her. What about shifting that? And it could look like, well, maybe you simply say, "Hey, let's. I'd like our conversation to be more positive," or "I'd like our conversation to focus on the good things in our life." It could be that. It could be for you that you just need to create some space with her and ask her for that space, or simply create it. Um, Other examples I can think of in many examples I can think of how we can create this and choose it. Um, you're caught in traffic. I mean, our typical response is, "Ugh, I'm going to be late," and we get frustrated. We can shift that in the moment by thinking about, well, where's there an opportunity? I mean, if, and I happen to believe this, that, everything happens for a reason. So I've shifted that point of view to, hey, this is probably happening for me. There's a reason for this. So how can I shift it to maybe I'm going to call a friend who I haven't spoken to a long time. Maybe I'm gonna play my favorite music really loud and sing unapologetically. Um, Maybe being grateful that I have a car and it's shielding me from rain or snow or the heat or the cold, whatever that might be. Those are ways, like, in the moment, that you can practice choosing happiness, um, and just try it out. Like, think about, here's what I would encourage you to do: make a list of all the things in your life that are causing you to not be happy. And I'm sure for many of us, that could be a pretty long list. But keep it simple. Start with choosing one thing that you can adjust, whatever that might be. I'll also give another example. Probably about a year and a half ago, and again, spending many years in corporate America, the very first thing that I would do when I get up in the morning is look at my email, look at my text messages. And that created quite a domino effect in the day because inevitably I'm choosing to engage in whatever emails or text messages that I looked at. That preceded some action. And before I know it, my whole morning was hijacked by emails. But what I really wanted to do was go take a beautiful walk on a fall day, uh, to start my day, enjoy my coffee in the morning, sit out on my deck. So I started to create a boundary. And that's also what happiness, those are the things you can do: create boundaries. okay, I'm not going to look at my text messages. I'm not going to look at my emails until this point. So tomorrow morning, think about wake up in the morning, say, what is the very thing that I want to do for me, right? What would prioritizing myself look like? Inevitably, that would probably mean some level of happiness. I'm going to get up. I'm going to enjoy my coffee. I'm going to sit on the deck. I'm going to take my walk. I'm going to go to my yoga class, whatever it is. And then I'm going to look at my emails. Just try it out. And I'll share another example where in these examples may help. When I was in the corporate world and I was a company had hired me to do coaching of their leaders, and I remember one particular leader, a female who was a working mom, very ambitious leader. And one of the things that she shared with me was that of where she was it was impacting her performance was the lack of life balance, right? She felt, she didn't feel good that she was not able to make her kids' events because she was prioritizing work. She was looking for a promotion, and yet she was also on the PTA. So when you look at her entire day, it literally was from the moment she woke up in the morning till right before she went to bed, just all about others, giving to others. And so we spoke about what's one thing in all of this that you would love to give up, love to shift. And she mentioned the PTA. And she said, "Well, I just can't give that up because, I've got, my kids are still in school. They really need me." It required quite a lot of her extra time. And so as we started working through this, she was able to shift it and say, "Well, what would it be like?" I mean, another way to think about this is to ask yourself, what would it be like if I didn't have that in my life? And that happened with me too, and why I recently left the corporate world, where it was like, I wonder what life would feel like if this was not in my life. And it was immediately relief for her. And so, okay, well, let's go after that, right? What is that saying about you by not, you're pursuing your career, you've got 2 kids, and you wanna do some of the things that you enjoy doing, and in her case, it was yoga. She loved yoga, and she had not been in years. So, she courageously, as she would say, had the conversation to give up, her role on the PTA and started taking yoga classes. And it was quite remarkable, just the presence of her when she started doing this. I mean, her whole energy changed. She was so grateful that she had taken that one step. And so that's all I invite you to. That might, keep it simple, right? Literally keep it simple. Think about just the things, make the list, pick 1 or 2 things that are really easy to shift. And there will be many of them. Try it out and then see how you feel. And as you've heard me say in my other videos, if you've watched them, the removal, right, of those things that are causing you that unrest, right, or the objects, right, the clothing, whatever it might be, when you remove those things that no longer resonate or, in fact, ignite some kind of negative or negative emotion or memory, it leaves room for the good stuff to come in. So, anyways, I hope this was helpful. I've had a lot of conversation over the last few weeks with former colleagues and friends and family members on this topic, and wanted to come in here to share. So have fun with it. Anyways, I'd love to hear from you. Send a note to me, and together we will continue to find our happiness. Anyways, Take care, everybody, and until next time, bye bye.